Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Graham Nolan here. I just wanted, I haven't done one of these afternoon streams in a while, and a lot of stuff's happening with the Escape from Monster Island campaign. And I thought this would be a good way to kind of chit chat a little bit about it and fill you in, maybe even pull in some new backers at the same time. Welcome, Past Master Dan. Good to see you. JP Roca and Marcus Kellegrew. It's an odd time. I think most people are finishing up their lunch. But I got stuff to do today, so this is the only time I could work it in. Miles to go before I sleep. But there's been some cool stuff with the campaign, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Um, let's go. Let's pull up the campaign first here, shall we? It's not going to let me do that. You know what? First, I'm going to share the lettered pages. They're up on the campaign, but some of them are because of the resolution that the campaign allows. You really can't read the dialogue. So I thought I would show some of that. Show some more colored pages that have come in, and then the rest of the black and white pages that I have completed. So that would cover the first 20 pages, but after that, we're not sharing anything except for maybe an occasional panel here and there, because I don't want to spoil anything or reveal anything ahead of time. That would not be cool. So, how do you like this background, huh? Let's see if I can get rid of me here. Here, I'll do. Yeah, I'm a happy camper. Hey, Caleb Reynolds just popped in. Hello, Graham and chat. Hope everyone's day is going well. I'll tell you how my day started. Uh, it started with temperatures of -3, and we had about 2 more feet of lake effect snow last night. So I had to get out there in -3 and snow blow it. Oh my God. I've got really good boots. I've got waterproof, Thinsulate Wolverine boots. So my feet were good. Had my core covered up. That was good. My Compass Comics hat, which kept the bean nice and warm. And I had ski gloves on, but my God, it was so cold. The tips of my fingers are actually still a little tingly. There's that sore because it was that cold. Thankfully, there wasn't any wind, so or much wind, So -3, I think it was probably -6 with the wind chill. But God dang, that was cold. And the worst part is my truck doesn't fit into the garage. Julie's car is in there, so the truck has to sit out there. So when it snows, I got to get up there with like a snow brush and clean it off. So that just dumps that extra 2 feet of snow onto my driveway, and then I gotta kind of cut around the truck so that I get the snow blower over and buy it and toss it. So, and then I had to dig out the fire hydrant. The fire hydrant on our block just happens to be pretty close to the front of my house, my property there. I'm right up next against a nature preserve, and the fire hydrant's right there. So the plow plows in all that crap, and then all the snow is on it, and there's a big steel post that sticks up that the town puts in there to let the firemen know that that's where the hydrant is. And nobody else is digging it out. So I did that this morning too. Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to spring. Anybody with me there? Caleb says that that lake effect snow ain't no joke. Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. We've had quite a bit of it this year, but the lake is almost frozen now because of this Arctic air, which will be helpful because then that'll stop lake effect, and we'll just have weather created snow, which will be be a little bit better because then it's all over snow. It's not just these bands that you can, where it might be snowing like hell right here, and then over at my daughter's place, 20 minutes away, there's no snow. It's crazy. Marcus says that he got a dusting in Charlotte. Yeah, Abra's 2 cents. Many of you guys probably know her. She sent me a picture from uh, the Panhandle of Florida, and she's got to have a good 3 or 4 inches at that point in her backyard, and that's in the Panhandle. That's crazy. When I lived in Florida in the 70s, we had, the world was going through a bit of a cool down. So even in Florida, like we had ice on our driveway once, we were scooting around on that, and we'd have ice on our orange trees. Um, but nothing like that. We never had snow. Another Panhandle, which happens to be on the Gulf of America, I might add, uh, had snow and quite a bit too, it seems like. All right. Let's see. Myrtle Beach got about 5 inches of rain. My sister-in-law lives in North Carolina, and they said that Kitty Hawk had a few inches of snow. That's on the beach. You know, typically you don't get a lot of snow on the beach area because you got all that salt water. But yeah, it's crazy. All right, so let me just add this here. I'm going to show you guys uh, the lettered pages that came in from Carlos, which I think look awesome. Let me see here. Can you guys see that? You might have to, go to full screen. Uh, I can't enlarge this and be able to scroll it. So, oh, 5 inches of snow. Marcus says it was auto corrected. That's funny. Well, 5 inches of snow would be, or of rain would be no joke. That's for sure. Damn, North Carolina can't afford that. Okay, so let's go over some fun stuff here as people are popping in. So here let me get that over here. Okay, here are the lettered pages. Here's our splash page with our introduction to Throg, which is this planetoid, and I just love this nebula thing that I put in here. I think that looks really cool. So this is a double page spread. This is page 2 and 3, where Monster Island pops from its phasometric system into this part of the galaxy. And should I read this stuff? Should I read it out loud? Would that make it easier for you guys? Let me know in the chat. Nothing? Well, hell, it's my show then. Then I am going to read it. You can't stop me. Okay. Throg, a rocky planetoid sits alone in deep space. Until now. Zip, or zip. You did it, AWOL. Yes, well, we shall see. I was able to pull us out of the destination that the Anarchons programmed into our phasometric system, but at great expense, I'm afraid. Their sabotage may have damaged our warp field, meaning that we may be here a long time. I did a little asterisk here, which says, read Return to Monster Island if you need to catch up. A little editorial note there. Now we're inside the island, and we're getting caught up with our heroes again. And just where is here? We are not sure. You're not sure. The Anarchons were quite thorough in their sabotage. To override their reprogramming, we damaged the phasometric system. We had one jump left, and I chose here. Well, why here? The power source for our phasometric system is a rare element called Sigadium. The Gooch homeworld has it in abundance, but elsewhere it is quite rare. The only other place in the star system that it is known to exist is on this mining planetoid. Well, let's go get it then. It's not quite as easy as that. The planetoid is known as Throg. and beneath the surface is a mining community inhabited by the Trolls. Word throughout the galaxy is to avoid Throg at all costs. But I'm afraid we have no choice. All this headache because a bunch of space hippies. I hate space hippies. I like that line. So what now? It's not that we don't appreciate your hospitality, AWOL, but I want to get home. I say we go down there, get what we need, and zip back here before they know we were there. We must tread carefully, my friend. There must be a reason we are told to avoid Throg. I suspect it's because they are hostile and dangerous. Hello? Hello? To the island orbiting our planetoid. Is anybody there? Oops. Yes, hello. I am AWOL of the Gooch. Welcome, my friends. It is not often that we get visitors to this part of the sector. I'm Tessarius, Emperor of Procurement for the great Queen Jahu. What can we do for you? We are in need of Sigadium for, an element most rare indeed, but one in which we have in abundance. We're willing to pay. Nonsense. We wouldn't hear of it, my newfound friend. The generosity of the Thrall is known throughout the galaxy. Have you transport capabilities? The surface of our planetoid has no atmosphere, and we need to bring the Sigadium to the surface for you. I need to switch that. It should say very little atmosphere. Yes, we are equipped, and we will send a ship down at a time of your choosing. Excellent. We will send you the coordinates and have a reception committee waiting for you. We look forward to receiving you. Click. The signal checks out. It was coming from deep within the planetoid. What do you make of that? I'm not sure. Hot dog! We're practically on our way home. Let's get this show on the road, AWOL. Something doesn't feel right, Duke. I tend to agree, my dear, but what are we going to do? Or what are we to do? We need that Sigadium. I'm going to ask you three to go get what we need. Why us? The Gooch are timid creatures, remember? You lean hard into that excuse, don't you? Okay. If it will speed things along, we'll do it. Good. But first we will need to design some pressure and spacesuits for you and acquaint you with the controls in the landing craft. Splendid. I have some ideas for the flight suits. I've been itching to get out of these rags anyway. I'll help with that, pal. Gotta be sure that human anatomy is taken into consideration. You go with AWOL, Mac, and bone up on the flight controls. Duke, so help me. Tut-tut, my good woman. There's work to be done. 3 hours later. Say, these came out pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. Let's see how yours looks, Mac. No. Come on, Mac. Rooster and I put a lot of thought into these outfits. Mostly you, it seems. Duke, I'm going to kill you. Are you out of your mind? You are rocking that outfit, Mac. I'm going to rock you. Whap! The flight suits look great. Now they do now. I love that page. Just seeing if anybody else has popped in here really quick. K-Plan 1142 is here. Anthony Gonzalez Clark. Hey, Anthony, I just sent you an email with those layouts you requested. My best friend in New York is known as the Gooch. Well, he ought to get this comic then. Okay, where was I? Where was I in this titillating story? Have you had enough time to master the flight controls? I could fly a refrigerator, which, by the way, is practically what you're asking me to do. Just what kind of ship is this? It's supposed to be a transport ship. Yes, well, the budget cuts have not been easy on any of us. Are you kidding me? We are going to die. I assure you, my friends, that this ship is sound and will return you here safely. Besides, it's the only one we have. Great. A safe and successful journey, my friends. We are counting on you. I just love being counted on. Pre-flight check is complete, Mac. You can handle this, right? Just watch me, hotshot. All systems are up and running. Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed, ready to move out. Whoosh. And there we go. There's our first 10 pages of Escape to Monster Island. How about that? Now, I'll show you the rest of the pages in color without the dialogue. Let me just switch this. Stop screen, present. Um, there we go. Um, by the way, all the colors here are done by Greg Wright, who does an awesome job on all my books. He's colored most of them. And of course, Carlos Manguel is the letterer who he's an amazing letterer. I really like his work a lot. So here we go. The ship is off and they're going down to the planetoid. And as we can see, there are ships that are busted up here. We don't know why. And I'm not going to tell you, not till the lettering comes in. Really like this page, this lead-in panel, you know, kind of with the shot from underneath the ship as it's coming in for a landing, and you see some of the boneyard, if you will, of destroyed spaceships. And our heroes get out, and then we have somewhat of a dramatic and somewhat uh, threatening-looking character here. They get into the airlock, and um, things are not going quite what they expected. You know, they're told to take off their suits. They're not. The stuff has not been brought to them, and they're marched down deep into the planetoid, which is volcanic. So there's like these lava rivers that are in there. They're going to take them to meet their queen, Queen Jehu, and we see that Rooster doesn't like to be manhandled, and so he gives them a little what for to remind you not to touch him. I like that. We haven't seen Rooster actually get to do too much action, so we're going to find out a little bit more about his background in this book, where he came from, you know, what his deal is. You know, we know he was a prisoner in the first Monster Island, but we don't really know a lot about him. If you don't know, the voice of Rooster in my head is Ralph Cramden, Jackie Gleason. I even had some Gleasonisms in the first Monster Island, where he says to it, it's, you know, something's just a mere bag of shells, you know. So that's how I hear him. I hear him as Jackie Gleason when he's talking. Now you will. So yeah, they don't take too kindly to that, and they zap him with their stun sticks. And man, did that hurt. So they're led into a chamber that's well lit, and they are shocked by what they see, and they see the queen and Tessarius and some alien slaves in the background fanning her and pouring her drinks, that kind of thing. The queen has taken a liking to our blonde-haired hero, and this is where they're going to find out that they're here to be, you know, slaves, basically. That this mining planet is mined by all these people that have crashed onto the planetoid or have come there looking for materials for their ships, just like our heroes were. They're lured down and then they're put into the mines. And that is what their fate is to be. Although the queen has taken a liking to Mac, or Duke rather, and she wants to save him a special spot for him, if you will. And he says, no thanks, I'll go with my pals. And, you know, he gets a taste of the stun stick as well. So there is the first 18 pages that have been colored. And let's see here, we got a couple more pages of inks. 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so we'll open this one up. Stop screen, present. Here we go. So now we go back up to Monster Island and find out, that they've AWOL finds out that they've lost contact with their landing party, if you will. They don't know why, because they're supposed to get in, get out, and so they decide to contact the planetoid, and Thessarius gets on and assures them all is well, and that um, it took longer to mine what they needed, and that at the moment they're all enjoying the well-known Thrall hospitality, which we see is labor. And here we find out that Mac's not too happy, and she's going to use some of her survival skills that the Navy has spent a lot of money on for her. And then they run into this alien who tells them, there's only two ways out of here. You know, one is, and both of them require them to die. So those are the first 20 pages we have. And they're coming along really well. I'm really, really excited about it. I'm very happy with how they're turning out. Oh, looks like I have Stealth 5. Thank you. Thank you for that $2 super chat, Stealth X5. Much appreciated. Let me see who has popped in here since then. K Plan 1142. I think I saw you, Caleb Reynolds. Anthony, I mentioned. Omni is here. Kino Reviews is here. Hello, Kino Reviews. Sleeping Psychopathy. Damn, that's a killer expression. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. Excellent. Great. Hey, we got 117 people here. Please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to it. So you'll get notifications when we do things like this, or whenever I'm streaming any of my other shows, like tonight's The Landing Party. So do that. Marcus wants to know, how does it feel inking traditionally again? I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really enjoy digital inking because of the speed, but there's something about the tactile aspect too. Of working with ink and having something to hold, which is really cool. Now, I do it traditionally, and then I, of course, digitize it because it has to be scanned for files and stuff like that. And then I bring it back into Procreate, add the gray tones, clean it up, any kind of whiteout or specialty brushes that I need. I'll utilize that then to come up with the final file. But 95% of it is all done originally on the board. Len 3 wants to know, anything planned after Monster Island and Joe Frankenstein? Oh yeah, yep. The next project after these two is going to be Shinu 77. So we're gonna explore what happened in that first blizzard in 1977. The first book that I published under the New Compass Comics was the Shinu in 2020. And a lot of people have been wanting more Shinu. And I've got a couple ideas for that. One is Shinu 77, and then there's a Western that I want to do with Shinu too, that takes place in the 1800s out on the prairie when a blizzard comes through. That one's going to be awesome. But first, we're going to find out, how mile marker 1 got started. And for that, we have to go to Shinu 77. So that will be the next one up. Okay. So the other cool thing that came about this week is that I had created or wanted to create a slipcase for the Monster Island trilogy. So I contacted this company that does custom boxes, but I didn't know how it all was going to turn out. Was it going to be more cardboardy? I wanted something really nice and sturdy. And they came back with these amazing slip covers. This is the back. Here's the binder. It's got the trilogy collection, the Monster Island trilogy collection, Compass Comics logo. So that'll sit on the bookshelf, you know, and then you have all three books in here. Now, one of these obviously is Ghosts of Metakumba, but that's going to be the same size. So I used Monster Island, Return to Monster Island, and the Ghosts so that I had the distance right for the spacing in here. But once Escape is published, obviously that would go in there. So you'd have all three of your books in here. Here's really the front. And I chose these two covers because this is the first one and this is the last one. So that's why I chose those two covers for the trilogy book slipcase. But they slip in really nice. You got a little bit of room. You might even be able to bag and board these and fit them in here as well. I'm not sure. I haven't tried to do that. I was thinking that, you're going to want to read these. So you would put this on your shelf, then you could just grab it, pull it out, and then have your books here ready to go. So very happy. Nice and sturdy. Nothing flimsy about it. It'll really protect your books, and it'll look really nice. It's a nice way to collect the books together, Yeah, I probably will reissue the Chenoo with a new cover so that people that missed it could get the second printing with the new cover uh, with the new one when that comes out. Oh, Len's from West Seneca. It's only 2 towns over from where I live. Glad to hear of another Buffalo-based book. Yeah, there's really three if you count this one, because Joe Frankenstein 1 takes place in Buffalo. So we got the three. Cape Plan 1142, love the Chenoo book. Well, that's why I'm doing it. A lot of people were saying they really like the Chenoo. Whereas Monster Island obviously is sort of a G-rated book, G-rated monsters. Joe Frankenstein is more like teen rated, sort of like the comics you could have bought in the 1970s. The teens would like it and that kind of stuff. Nothing over the top. The Chenoo is straight up R. There's no two ways about it. That's an R-rated book. I wrote that as if it was a Netflix movie, with lots. There's no nudity or sex in it, but the gore is right out there. It's Rob Bottin style stuff. Hmm. Kyle Miller just checked in. Says, "Hey, cool." All righty. So let's go over to the uh, actual campaign. So anybody who hasn't seen it or heard of it, campaign's been busy. I was on with Nerdrotics and Az on their show, Real BBC, yesterday, and we had a great time. Those guys are a lot of fun. We talked about pop culture stuff, and we got to talk about the Monster Island campaign and stuff. We picked up a bunch of new backers, which has been helping helped a lot with this campaign. Um, so that was a lot of fun. I want to thank um, Gary and Az and X-Ray Girl for having me on. Um, they're good people, and we had a good time. So letter pages are here. Obviously, we just went over those, so you can check them out. Um, got the 3 cover deal. These are the 3 covers for Escape from Monster Island. Cover A, cover B. I really like this one a lot. You know what? Let me just scroll through here so we'll see this stuff large as we go through it. There's our slip covers. Those were, I guess the PS designs that they had sent me. But since I have them in hand, I wanted to actually show them outright to you. The signed 24-hour black and white cover. The Trump Commander-in-Chief cover. I've had a lot of action on that over the last couple of days, obviously from the inauguration. And I was going to take it down Monday, but I've kept it up, and it's still been doing very well. So, I mean, it's limited to 500 copies. So I figured, what the hell? I'll just leave it up. And when it sells out, it sells out. I'm not sure where we're at. We'll get there when we scroll down. If you're into graded CGC books, these are signed by me and then graded. Those are a nice collector. Little background about me and my company, where I stand. And this tells you about, the story itself. Look out! Monster Island has been sabotaged by the Anarchons. Our heroes find themselves stranded in the outer reaches of the galaxy in search of a rare element. They need to power their engines. The inhabitants of the mining planetoid Thog reach out to the island and offer their services. But at what price? Not all is as it seems, but Mac and Duke must procure the Seagadium, for without it there is no escape from Monster Island. I try to build in stretch goals right from day one. So backer number 1 gets the bookmark, the vinyl sticker, vinyl logo sticker, and then upgrades in paper and stock right from backer number 1. So I think that's a good thing. Hope you guys like it. Here's our 3 covers. This one's a rarity. This is the 1998. These are 1998 copies. So these are, almost, what are they, 30-something years old? Almost 30 years old, right? Yeah. These were incentive covers for retailers because the original Monster Island was distributed through Diamond. There's 40. Well, there was 40. I don't know how many have been taken so far. And it says less than 500 were ever printed. I saw something from Diamond where I think they're actually less than 100 printed. So that makes it even more rare. The only piece of original art that's been made available to collectors, that is still available. This was a stretch goal, a Compass Comics sticker, which has all of the characters from starting with the Shanu and Monster Island. And then we have Alien Alamo, Joe Frankenstein, and the Ghost of Metacumba Key. At 75K, we unlocked another stretch goal. So that one was at 50. Everybody gets that now. And now every backer gets the Escape from Monster Island wallpaper for their phone, which is pretty cool. A lot of people like that in the last one. And I actually have it put it on my phone here. Just clear all this crap off so you can see it. There we go. Looks really cool on there. So that'll be emailed out to everybody when the campaign closes. Okay, so that's that. So let's go down here. This is a cool cover. Cover C was done by my buddy Butch Geis. Really, really talented artist. We have the frame cover versions from the last campaign, so that if that was the level that you backed, the frame level, you can get the frame version of Escape as well, so that all your books will match. All right. Oh, so we've gone through 317 copies of the Commander in Chief. All right, excellent. We have 96 slipcases. I had ordered 100, but if we go over 100, I'll just order more. Uh, uh, I'll order 100 more. Here's the trilogy deal. So if you missed out on Monster Island or Return to Monster Island, you can get all three here and get completely caught up. You can order the slipcase in this as an add-on. So if you click this to get all three books, you can add the slipcase to it. If you just order the slipcase, I'm assuming you already have the books, but you can add on books in there too if you're missing one or two, something like that. Here's the frame cover deal. If you like the frame cover versions, you can get all three: Monster Island, Return to Monster Island, and Escape from Monster Island as a frame cover deal. That was the signed CGC. That's the retail edition. And this is a full commission, 11 by 17, pen and ink on Bristol. I have it listed as Compass Comics versus commission. But if you want something more traditional, say Batman versus Bane, or Fantastic Four versus Doctor Doom, whatever, I'm more than happy to do that as well. So, check that stuff out. All right. That is the campaign, my friends. Let's see who else is here. You charge for the download of the scan? No, it's a stretch goal. It's free. Everybody gets it. It'll be emailed to you, or I'll send you a like a Dropbox links where you can go get it yourself. All right, let's see here. Marcus says, keep it up until Trump is done with executive orders. Marcus uses his bookmarks in the Levon Cade books. Okay, we're cross-pollinating with Chuck's great books. Chuck has a Levon Cade movie coming out, starring Jason Statham. I believe March is the new scheduled release date for that. So very excited about that, to see my pal succeed, working with Sylvester Stallone, who's producing it. So I'm really looking forward to that and hope that movie does killer. I misunderstood. I was talking about a 3D scan. Sorry. 3D scan. Do I charge for a 3D scan? I'm not sure. I still don't understand, Past Master Dan. A 3D scan of what? I'll need you to clarify that, my friend. Oh, Stealth X5 says, I believe I'm backer number one. Ooh. Dan Fraga tries to be backer number one on all the campaigns he backs. But he's not on this one. I know that. So, all right. Let's see. Is there anything else I forgot to talk about on this thing? No, but you know what? While we have 161 people here, I really need to push this as well. Hold on a second. Okay. Uh, uh, Joe Frankenstein, The Eye of Ra, which is the third part of the Joe Frankenstein saga. This is written by me and Chuck Dixon, um, illustrated by Anthony Gonzalez Clark. This campaign is coming to an end. It's right now it's in demand, but it's coming to an end shortly, probably by the end of this month. So this is really the last chance to get the Joe Frankenstein books until they become. Two of them are available. No, I think I took them down. Until they become available on the Compass Comics website, which will be after all the backers have been fulfilled. So you need to hop on that if you want to get these books. Just like with Monster Island, you can get the first two books in this campaign. So here, let's play the trailer. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that is really neat. Okay. Where are we? Huh. Oh, that's why. Did you not wait? Did you guys not see that? Son of a bitch. All right, let's try this again. There we go. The wrong window plank. Isn't that cool? Now that you actually got to see it. We got the first 10 pages that are lettered in here. Maybe I should do a dramatic reading of that again, like I did the other. A lot was going on in the world in 1931, not all of it known to the public. It was 11 years since Howard Carter made the startling discovery of the boy king Tutankhamun's tomb, and another 4 when we made ours, the Grand Temple of Ra. I was not sold that we were on the right track. Too many false trails had led us astray. However, Joe's great-great-great-grandfather, Frederick, was certain that this was it. Written and created by Graham Nolan and Chuck Dixon. Art and color by Anthony Gonzalez Clark. Lettering by Carlos Manuel. and editing by me. All right. It's here, I'm certain of it. The Grand Temple of Ra, constructed in the last days of the. You know what? I'm going to have to blow that up a little. There we go. So I can. No. I don't know if I can read that. There we go. The last kingdoms of the last days of the Naheb kingdom. That Sanskrit fragment, these Middle Kingdom glyphs, and the codex of Lucius Deo history of the region point to this one place. There are expeditions crawling all over the Nile, centuries of tomb raiders. No one has found it before now. Lazarus, my friend, the sands hide their secrets well, and none more arcane than this. Okay, now I can shrink it back down a little bit. There we go. This isn't a treasure hunt. It's a crusade. You convinced me of that. We've been misled before, Doc. Too true, but not this time. I'm convinced we'll find what we seek here. This map is not wrong. It can't be. It's your money. Yes. Yes, it is. Well, if you are right, we will have our work cut out for us tomorrow. As such, we have plenty of time tonight for you to lose another game of chess. My luck has to change sometime, Doc. Crash! It won't be tonight, my friend. We have found our prey, my brothers. Let us feed. Blam, blam, blam. See, we must be close as the vampire king is sending his minions upon us. Ever the optimist. So it's a bite you want. Around here you will find meals quite expensive, and I can guarantee they'll give you heartburn. He gets the table leg right through his heart. Blam, blam, blam. Click, click. Just because I'm out of wooden bullets doesn't mean I'm out of this fight, bloodsucker. Ah, you are already dead. Not if my maker has anything to say about it. Yeah. Away with your trinket. Vampires. You believe in nothing except the pit in which you were spawned. You can't conceive of a loving and forgiving God as you spread your pestilence of death and destruction. At one time, I too felt as you, but I assure you that he does exist. Unfortunately for you, I'm not him. Squitch. And he rams him through. So there is our first 10 pages of Joe Frankenstein 3, The Eye of Ra. Lots of different cool perks to choose from. If you're collecting the challenge coins, we have that. We've got all 3 covers here. Compass Comics shirt and the coasters. Got the main cover, variant cover by me. Well, again, we should go through the big stuff so you can see it better. Again, here we find there's a little bit of background about the story. Again, front loaded with stretch goals. Here's Anthony's main cover, which is awesome. Look at how he drew that Webley. Isn't that great? Here's my variant. I took a pulp cover look and pretended that Basil Golgos was painting it with the really vibrant color. This version has a glow in the dark as well. I did that on Ghost of Matacumba Key, and it came out awesome. You know, you hold it up to the light, you turn it off, and then you get that green glow. It's super cool. Got a CGC version that'll be signed by Chuck, me, and Anthony. This one's a limited collector's cover. It's going to have all kinds of enhancement to it. Limited only to 500 copies. I might drop that down to 200 and make it even more rare. And then these were the original pages I had put on. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of add-ons that you can, when you buy your books and stuff, you can add on. You can add on the Compass Comics shirts. You can add on the challenge coin sets. These are the coasters. The Chenu one right here. My granddaughter loves to chew on. we've already unlocked the preloaded stuff. There's a Joe Frankenstein mini print that everybody's getting. The phone wallpaper is actually unlocked. I need to change that. And we're coming up on 110, and I'll announce those when they come about. But you've only got, like a couple, what is today, the 22nd? Yeah, maybe about another week or two before it actually comes down. So I urge you guys to get on this if you like what you see, and support this project. You really like that trailer, even though we're just seeing it now. Yeah, well, better late than never. Cecil Reese says, hit the like button. Yes, please. Past Master Dan says, heed. Aviator Surge is here. He says, hail. All right. Cool. Well, that's great. I got to talk about both campaigns. Hopefully there's stuff there that you will like and you'll be interested in backing. Escape from Monster Island will be up for a while. I'm working on that. I got the first 20 pages done, which you've just seen. Anthony's finishing up the last batch of pages on Joe Frankenstein, and that one will be closing the end of this month, beginning of next month, so that we can fulfill on time. The fulfillment date for the Joe Frankenstein books is March. So we like to fulfill on time at Compass Comics. So and we will. So that's why I have to close it when I do, so that we can fulfill on time and everybody can get their books in their hands. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for spending a little afternoon with me. It's much appreciated. And I hope you'll tune in tonight to the landing party. We're going to be talking about, what episode are we doing tonight? A Wolf in the Fold. The Robert Bloch scripted Wolf in the Fold with Jack the Ripper. That's a really good one. We've had 3 really, really good ones in a row. So that'll be on tonight. Join Anna, myself, Aaron, and Ron as we beam down for the landing party right here on this channel. And Marcus wants to know, will Anna like this episode? I don't know. She's an enigma. You'll have to tune in and see. So have a great rest of your day, gang. And hopefully we'll see you tonight. And remember, back these books and back independent comics. Thank you. Bye-bye.